when you don't need anything, that's when you get everything. It's also really much related to psychic ability. I've realized this thing lately. I was like, when you are trying to learn something and want to be expert in that, want to be master in that, that means you are not the master right now and you want to be one day or whatever. That means you are in the state of the lack right now. And when you're in the state of the lack, because you're not that person yet, you think that you're going to be one day, you want to be master, but you are not right now. That means you're in the state of the lack. And when you're chasing after something from the state of the lack, the things literally run away from you. This is one of the most important paradox and very, very weird paradox that I personally realize in my own life. And I've seen this thing not just in case of this developing any psychic ability or learning about the magic or tarot card or something like that. I've seen this thing happening with the other areas in my life as well, also with the relationships, with the money, any kind, literally anything. Because when you need something, that means you are in the lack. That's why you need it. If you already have it, you don't need it. And when you're in the state of the lack and you chase after that thing runs away from you, because that the energy you're giving from yourself, and the law of attraction works in your favor. And the esotericism, magic stuff, everything, it's based on the nature principles. And there's a law of cause and effect. There is a pendulum. Like there is a center. The pendulum is in the center. So when you go in this direction, where like in the opposite direction, because pendulum wants to be in the center, in the balance. So when you go in either this direction or either this direction, okay, whatever direction you're going, for example, you're going in this direction, or like, I don't have it, I need it, so you're going in the more you need it, the more the pendulum is going in this direction. So pendulum has to come in the center, it has to balance, so it actually apply equal and opposite force to the thing, and it brings in the center, and that's why you get the opposite results. So when you're trying to build any psychic ability, when you're trying to develop, when you're learning so much, you're chasing after it, I want to be master at it, I want to predict the future, all that stuff you're chasing. So the pendulum is in this side. Okay, I know it's a weird paradox, but it works. I've seen it working for me. And it works like this, and there's an equal force and opposite force, and it try to bring the pendulum in the center. And that's why you won't reach anywhere, because you're chasing after it, and the more you chase after something, it's run away from you. It happened in the relationship, it happens in everything that you want to do. I've seen personally, I wanted to learn Russian. And in the beginning, it was fun, it was interesting. I was learning new words and I was trying to understand these things. But with over time, I realized that if you know about the Russian language or anything like that, or any language, if you're learning any new language, okay, it happened with me in the Spanish. When I was learning Spanish, the same thing happened with me. I've seen this thing, I love to learn languages, and I speak multiple different languages. So when I was learning the Spanish, the same thing happened, and now when I'm learning Russian, the same thing has happened, and now I realize why it was happening. Like when I started learning, it was new for me, it was interesting, fun, so I was learning. With over time, I want to be the master of the language. I want to read, write, listen. I want to communicate with other people in this language. Like I want to be this. And I was doing it from the state of the lack. I was learning even more. I was practicing even more. And the more I do it, the more it started running away. And I was like feeling frustrated, irritated, because I was like trying so much, working so much, learning so much. And in the end, I get exhausted. I'm just like, I'm learning so much, I'm practicing so much, still I'm not able to do this. And I feel bad about myself. And the one day I was like, enough, I'm gonna give it up. If it wants to come, it will come. If it don't want to come, it's not gonna come. And now the things are coming to me. Now the Russian language is coming to me. The same thing I applied with the Spanish. So stop chasing after a skill or after an ability, whether it's a psychic ability, psychic power, or tarot card, any kind of the spiritual topic or spiritual expertise you want to be expertise in. Stop chasing after it. Understand nothing exists without you. You are the only one that making them into the 3D or making them into the physical world. Before that, they only exist in your mind, in the non-physical plane. But you are making and bringing them into the physical plane, into this physical earth. So you are more powerful than these things. The psychic abilities are not that powerful. You are the one who makes them powerful. So you are the only one. So if you think that this is the only one outside of you, no, don't do that. it's gonna hurt you in the long run. Instead, focus on you. I'm the only one, and then everything happens. So even I want to develop a psychic ability and I want to develop this power, okay, I'm gonna be able to do it because I know I put the power in the tarot card, I put the power in the crystal ball, in the pendulum, and that's why it works. If I take my power from them, they don't have any power. They don't have any power, so they're not gonna be able to do anything for me because I didn't put my power to them. So I'm giving them the power. So who is more powerful, I am or the things? I am. So you can learn, you can do all those fancy stuff that you want to do if you enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, stop and understand you're already a psychic. You already have the ability. Everybody's already have it. It's just that we don't focus on it. But when you focus and you learn and you become aware, don't do too much. Don't do too much. I've seen this thing. People moving from one addiction to the next addiction. They leave the alcohol and then they get started addicted with the smoking. Then they leave the smoking, they start getting addicted to eating more food and they become obese. And they get addicted, they leave that food and then they're getting addicted to something else. Like they move from one thing to the next and they're becoming getting addicted to it because they think that the outside of it has more power. But they forget that outside doesn't have the power unless you give it everything. You have the power. They don't exist without you. Nothing exists without you. So who is more powerful? So regardless of wherever you are in your journey, reading and learning about the spirituality, manifestation, esotericism, psychic and magic and witchcraft, wherever you are in your journey, understand you already have it right now. Understand you're already whatever you want to be. You're already that person right now. Okay, you don't need to learn too much. You don't need to try too much. You don't need to do too much. Understand you're already that person right now, and then do those things or then learn or practice or whatever you want to do from that energy. That energy will going to get you the results instead of actually working and learning from the energy of lack. Let me know if that makes sense. And for those of you guys, if you don't know, I'm Parshvika. I've covered the entire video. Now I'm introducing myself because I was like in the flow and I don't want to give the intro because I was in the flow. But anyway, if you don't know, I'm Parshvika. On this channel, we talk a lot about esotericism, spirituality, manifestation, magic, witchcraft, psychic, all that amazing, weird topics, but they are interesting. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you want more videos, let me know. And share your experience in the comment section below, guys, about this personal thing. When you chase after something, the things run away from you. When you try to learn a new skill, a new hobby, new interest, and you do too much, you get exhausted, you feel tired. And when you stop them, that things come to you automatically instead of you running after them. Let me know if you had that kind of experience because I had it so many times in my life. So let me know. I'll see you the next time. Bye, guys.